Air India Flight 171, a Boeing 787 bound for London. 260 lives lost just seconds after leaving the runway. The official report claims the fuel switches were inexplicably moved to cut off. A simple mechanical failure. But the truth is never that simple. They only speak to the wreckage. I speak to the souls. The pilots, the passengers. I'm trying to find out what really happened in those final terrifying moments.
So it went up and then just went down again, yeah? Is the captain, Captain, can you come forward and tell me about the control switch? There was a fuel control switch, is that correct? That was moved off? Was something turned off accidentally? What happened? I think the only one that knows what happened.
Anymore. Well,
we're not judging, we just need
went out.
Okay, what went out? Are you there, Clive? Can you speak your truth, First Officer?
Didn't see anything.
Didn't see anything? You didn't see anything go wrong? So the Boeing 7878 flight from Ahmedabad to London, it crashed.
We were in trouble.
Yeah, you were in trouble. All right.
Went down.
Oh, so quickly, it went down so quickly. Did the engines cut out? On board there were 169 Indian nationals, 53 British nationals, 7 Portuguese
went out.
Nationals, and 1 Canadian. So the engines went out?
Cut out.
Cut out, okay. Was there a switch turned off accidentally?
I doubt it.
You doubt it? Captain, you were 56 years at the time of the crash.
Yeah.
You held an airline transport pilot licence. You did...
no doubt about it.
No doubt about it. You had 15,638 hours total flight experience. Very experienced gentleman. Well respected in the community. Who was in control of the plane? Was that you, Captain? You had a high level of experience, a lot more experience than your co-pilot. Cockpit voice recording that heard one pilot asking, "Why did you cut off?" and the other replying, "I didn't." What does that mean? Do you remember saying that? It suggests the move of fuel cut-off switches happened, that there was a fuel cut-off switch that was turned off.
Basically.
Okay, basically. Was that turned off?
We couldn't.
Yeah, basically you couldn't.
Get through.
Was it anybody's fault?
I want to say yes.
Yeah, but what would you like to tell me in your words, in your truth, in your voice? What would you like to yell at me? What happened?
Fighting chance. They don't.
Was it the plane's fault? Just a technical failure? Not that I know anything about planes. I know I don't like flying.
Yeah, failure.
Failure, okay. Failure of the plane?
Someone's fault.
Okay, now was there a switch turned off that shouldn't have been turned off? Let's be clear about this, spirits. A lot of families out there that want to know the truth.
Wasn't.
Yeah? Wasn't what?
On.
Wasn't on. Was there a switch not on? Do you believe that perhaps the fault wasn't picked up before?
Look, the problem...
Yeah? You tell me, darlings. I've got no idea. What is the problem? What can we tell people was the problem?
They just don't look after.
They just don't look after. Okay. What, the planes? They weren't properly maintained? Is that right? Shall we blame the ground crew?
Yep.
Okay, so the ground crew didn't fully check over this plane, is that correct?
Their radio. Company.
The company? Okay. Because they want to blame you for it. They want to blame 2 pilots that have lost their lives for not turning on a switch.
Are you kidding?
I'm not. They're saying one of you turned a switch off. So they want to blame you. So I want you to scream out your truth to me and I'll happily tell people. Whose fault is it? You lost your life. You lost your whole plane full of passengers.
The company.
Okay. Air India? Had you had problems with the company before, Captain?
They're tight on money.
Total money. Right, okay.
But they parade.
You let me know. Keep going. Keep speaking. I'm listening. Were you aware of these
They're
problems?
all talk.
Yeah, they're all talk. And that you've lost your life as a result, yeah? So First Officer Kunda, you were flying the aircraft when the fuel switch event happened. Did you notice anything out of the ordinary in the seconds before the engines quit? Apart from the fact they just lost power. They just dropped. Like, they didn't even make it for 30 seconds. The plane went up.
No.
Okay. So you were just as confused as
Flying as normal.
flying as normal. Just about to bring the wheels up. Could you get the wheels up? Was that working? Because there's footage of the wheels still being down. Now, after takeoff, the wheels come up pretty quickly. Did you try and get the wheels up?
Going up.
Yeah.
Tried.
Yeah.
Stuck in the wheels.
The wheels were stuck. Okay. Yeah, the wheels weren't moving, were they? Were they stuck? Sounds like there was a couple of issues. The poor co-pilot, he was only young, left behind a beautiful family.
Yes.
Yeah.
On the metal.
Was the whole dashboard like dark? Like you had no idea what was happening? Some are blaming the co-pilot that his relative...
Hi.
Hi, hello, darling. Now, can you clear your name? Because some are blaming you, Clive, for your relative inexperience and that perhaps you didn't check everything. Can you tell me your truth, Clive? You left behind a beautiful family. You had 3,403 flight hours in total. Were you trying to get the wheels up and nothing was happening? Of course, the company always wants to blame its pilots, right? They're never going to blame themselves. But this is a way that you can get your voice through and tell everyone your truth. Yeah? We spoke to the people that were on board Malaysian MH370 and they spoke their truth and told us exactly what happened on their plane as well. So this is an interesting way of communicating, don't you think? Is there anything you'd like to tell anyone, Captain or co-pilot Clive, First Officer?
Me?
Yeah, is there anything you'd like to tell your family that you left behind? Any messages? Well, the pilots are putting the blame back on the company for bad maintenance of their aircraft
I'm aware
by the sounds of it. Yeah?
of their mistake. I'm working through it.
Whose mistake? You say their mistake. Whose mistake is that? You mean the company's mistake? You're aware of their mistake. Is there anyone else on board that flight? Any passenger? Only one passenger survived, and that was a gentleman in, I think, seat 11A. His brother was still on board, but he passed, unfortunately. Is there anybody else that would like to give... Yeah. And the rest of you died instantly when you hit a building. Is there anyone else that would like to give me a message or say their name or say their truth to me? And I'd like to thank you for coming, and I'm so sorry for your loss. You thought you were just going on a nice flight to Heathrow, is that right? Some of you had family in England?
Will be. Family. Listen here.
Yeah?
Family.
You all miss your family, don't you, hey?
Grandpa.
Yeah. What's your name, darling? Can I give a message to any of your family? You need to let me know your name so I can deliver a message for you.
I'm 16.
Oh, hello, darling. Yeah, you were just at the beginning of your life. What's your name? Where were you sitting? Were you sitting in the back of the plane or the front? Are you okay? What did you see? What would you like to tell me?
We went down.
You went down and you didn't get back up again, did you, sweetheart? Were you on board with your family?
Yeah.
Yeah. You miss life? You wish you never got on that bloody plane, hey? What's your message, Spirit, about people flying? Should we do it?
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Yeah, you miss your life, don't you, darling? Just walk, hey? What a sad, awful way to go, right? You're on the holiday of a lifetime and then suddenly, or returning to family, returning to loved ones, and then suddenly you're not. Anyone else like to tell me anything before you leave?
It was a big day.
It was a big day. They're awful, aren't they? You're probably up really early in the morning, catch that damn plane. Busy airport, people everywhere. And you think, oh, and you've sat down on your seat and you think, oh, I've made it. I can relax now. 30 seconds you're up, and then suddenly you're down again. With no explanation.
Yep.
With no explanation.
Horrible.
Horrible.
Family.
You miss your family. What would you say to Air India passengers, the management that make a lot of money from your flights? Anything you'd like to tell them?
I'm disappointed.
That's a nice way of putting it.
Awful.
You are disappointed. You've missed your loved ones. You've missed seeing them live. You've missed being a part of their lives. Well, I just want to give you all a big hug and lots of love, and I'm so sorry what happened. If there's any other truth you want to speak, please do, otherwise we'll close the session and just send you to
All right, kisses.
send you to the love and the light. Kisses to you, darlings. Big hugs to you all. You're very brave for stepping forward and speaking with me. I appreciate that. So thank you, and may the angels take you back up to heaven, or wherever your heaven is. Doesn't sound like it was a pilot error. Sounds like the pilots suddenly had a plane that wasn't responding. They couldn't get the wheels up. Nothing was working. Everything cut out, and it just went down. They couldn't do anything about it. So I don't think we need to blame the pilots now, do we? Anyway, thank you Air India Flight 171 passengers for communicating with myself and Kayla today. Big kisses to you all. Goodbye.